Okay guys, so the next section of the course, we're going to be concentrating on tapping. So what I want to talk about to start off with is exactly what tapping is. We're going to be essentially doing legato, but we're going to be adding in some little help from our picking hand to be playing some extra legato notes on the frets. It's going to look something like this. Okay, so as complicated and cool as it looks, tapping is actually quite simple. We're just going to be looking at the techniques a little bit more closely, and we're going to talk about the common issues that arise when using the tapping technique. It's actually very similar to the issues we saw in the legato technique. Okay, so when I'm tapping, I'm essentially doing some hammer-on pull-offy stuff with my left hand or my fretting hand, and then what would be my picking hand comes over to the fretboard and will add extra hammer-ons. Now, the common problems that can occur with tapping are exactly the same as what happens with legato. So the initial tap, which is going to be essentially a hammer-on with my right hand, is fine. If I pull out though, you'll notice that there's a very light attack with not much sustain. So what we need to do, like what we had with the legato, is pick the string with our tapping finger. So we're either going to need to pull up. I like to pull towards kind of my thumb, but you can also push towards the ground. And also, if you prefer to use the middle finger, a lot of people are actually holding a pick, prefer to tap with the middle. It's probably the most common finger. You're going to have to figure out what direction makes the most sense for you. So picking between one of these two fingers, Eddie Van Halen's big on the pointer finger, as am I. I tend to pull up. So it's just a matter of figuring out whether you want to tap down or tap up and which finger you want to use. So that's the first thing, is treating it like the legato, creating that new attack by pulling down or pulling up. Much the same as the legato as well. We don't want to have a really strong fretting hand and then a weak tapping finger as well. So we need to sort of attack this with the same strength that we do with the legato. If we're too gentle, we're going to have dynamic and volume indiscrepancies as well. So we want to have an equal volume from the tap that we do the fretted notes, and we also want to create a new attack by pulling up or down with the tapping. Okay, so now we're going to take those principles we just talked about and work through some really simple one-string tapping ideas. It will get progressively more difficult as we work through the course.